City of Ghosts, the first in the Cassidy Blake Trilogy. Yeah. First off, black cat on the cover. Big fans. Big fans of black cats. Big fans of black cats. Mwah. Love you. Big fans. I'm gonna give you some sweeties now. Second, there is a map in the beginning of this book of Edinburgh. So this book takes place in Edinburgh, and me just opening this book up, seeing the map, going, I need to go back to Edinburgh before I even read the book. So I think it's supposed to be like a middle grade verging on YA kind of series. I'm not sure. I think she's 13, so that's it's just on the cups. Yeah. Anyway, so Cassie, well, this little thing happened. She kind of died at some point. She died and was saved by a ghost. So she now has a ghost best friend called Jacob who, well, it follows her around everywhere. Yeah. Her parents are kind of paranormal investigators. They have written loads of books, as well as they're about to do a TV show, first episode being in Edinburgh. So that's why they're going to Edinburgh. They're not from their origin. They're from like New York, Long Island, kind of that area. I don't remember. It's said in the beginning. It's said in the beginning. Where are they? Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah. So her mum's a true believer in the ghost thingies. Her dad is a skeptic. He's more of the historian kind of person in this whole thing. They've written loads of books. They're very popular. Anyway, they go to Edinburgh, and so far Cassie has just had this like tap tap tap. What she calls the veil, where she kind of enters a ghost area. Yeah, that's the easiest thing to explain it. And she doesn't know what this kind of power is, what she's supposed to do with it, until Edinburgh, where she meets someone just like her, called Lara, who kind of explains that they are supposed to go to the veil, or the in-between as Lara calls it, and, well, send ghosts off to the beyond. And she teaches Lara teaches Cassie how to do this and all that. Now, Lara isn't a big fan of Jacob. She thinks that Jacob shouldn't be there. Technically, I guess he shouldn't, but also he saved Cassie's life, so best friends forever, you know, even though he's a ghosty. Honestly, he was so good. I mean, I believe this is like middle grade, fontage, spacing, whatever. So super easy to read, super fun. I enjoyed myself immensely. Also, I really need to go back to Edinburgh now. I've been there once in my life, loved it, even though I didn't, you know, get to do everything, or anyway. Even though I didn't see a lot, I didn't do a lot, I wasn't there for very long, also my back hurt like a bitch, so I had to do a lot of resting. So, anyway, loved Edinburgh, need to go back, now I need to doubly go back. Yeah, highly recommend. I'm off to read book 2, so see you later. Book number 2, and we are now in Paris! So, I mean, I'm loving these maps in these books. So, Paris has kinda always been a city that I would like to visit at some point in my life. Have yet to go, but will eventually. I don't know when, but it shall happen. So, reading this book, going a bit like, so there's so many like pastries and stuff mentioned, and I'm like, yes, give me, I love pastries. Okay, pastries, good stuff. It's not necessarily because it's a ghost story ish. Well, it is a ghost story. Because it's a ghost story, we don't get like the necessarily all the like touristy bits. We do get some touristy bits, but not in the same way that a different book set in Paris would. I mean, they go to the catacombs. Now, this is a place that I kind of feel like you have to experience once in your life, but also because the catacombs is like massive tunnels. I don't know how far it stretches. I just know it's large. I know you can get lost there. I know it's like home to like 6 million skeletons or something. And the thing is, with skeletons, they freak me out because they used to be people and now they're not. So I'm like, I'm still on the fence if I want to do that thing or not. I kind of do, but I kind of really, really don't. Anyway. Back to the actual book and not just what I want to do in Paris. Or maybe don't want to do in Paris. Yeah. So, Cass, she sees all the ghosts still. And she kind of encounters a poltergeist. Because why not step it up a notch? Why not? Jeez, I say. Jeez. And it's this little, like, 8-year-old kid that's the poltergeist, and he's just popping up everywhere. Honestly, I'm having the best time. I love this. I love these kinds of books where the story isn't too intricate, like the wording of the words, the sentences and stuff. It's not too intricate, so you understand everything. So, I mean, it's simplistic, but not in a you are stupid, so I'm gonna talk down to you kind of a way, but it's simplistic in that way where you can just devour it and just enjoy it for what it is. I love that. We read so many like high fantasy, intricate world building, weird words that we don't know how to pronounce because the author most likely has made up a word and you're like, what even is this anymore? That we need simple series books like this every once in a while, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so much, and I'm kind of sad that there's only one more book left in this series because I'm kind of living for it now. So yeah, off to the third and final book. I shall see you in a bit. We have reached the end. So, small backtrack and also maybe tiny bit spoiler for book 2, which is the previous book, but also not the biggest spoiler ever. But in Paris, when when Cass is in Paris, by the end of this trip, she comes across what we later in this book get to know as an emissary of death. So basically, to become what she is now, being able to cross the veil and get rid of ghosties and go back, she had to die. It's not something she did intentionally. I'm pretty sure I went through all this in book 1 thingamajig, but she died and then she came back to life. And the emissary of death is basically, well, we want to take back what you stole, which is her life. Basically, it wants to kill her. This is all very much beginning of the book. So we get a whole rundown of that. So we, I mean, in book 1 we had like a badass ghost that was very naughty. In book 2 we had a poltergeist. So I guess for book 3 we had to step it up a bit and have the emissary of death, not the, but a emissary of death. So in this round we go to New Orleans. So because I've done it for all the other ones, I'm going to show the map again for New Orleans. And whoever designed New Orleans, I love you, because this is so satisfying. Look at all these perfect squares. This is so satisfying. Is this actually what it looks like? Because, I mean, I feel like it has to, in a way. But also, this is so satisfying. I love it. I love it a lot. Now, New Orleans hasn't really been on my bucket list of places to go. It's been one of those, like, if I get the opportunity, yes, I will definitely go. But it's not like one I need to go. Like Edinburgh, I need to go back to Edinburgh. I have been once, I need to go back. I need it. I need it like I need air. And Paris, I really want to go to Paris. I've always wanted to go to Paris for as long as I can remember anyway. New Orleans has been one of those like, meh, if it happens, it happens. But now I feel like maybe I do want to go. I mean, I have been watching the originals, which takes place in New Orleans. So I'm getting all of these New Orleans vibes from all corners. And I'm like, maybe this is a place I need to put on my list. A place to visit. Yes. Anyway, not the purpose of this clip or this video in general, but since I've been talking about the cities, I might as well tell you that. Anyway, so this whole book is basically the emissary of death. Once, I keep wanting to call Cass something different because I'm reading so many books. I'm mixing up characters, but I keep wanting to call her Irene and I keep wanting to call her Stevie. So if you've been watching my videos, I guess you should be able to get which 2 series those names comes from. Yeah, currently in the middle of everything. Anyway, it's the big bad. But from what we found out in earlier books, book 1 and 2, is that there is a like secret society of, I want to say witches, but it's not witches, of, well, people who see ghosts and psychics and those kinds of things. Now, we do actually come across this society after a bit of sleuthing. So, yeah, we get to see that point. And now, I'm kind of sad because this was the last book and I was just getting started with it. This whole series is very much The Mediator by Meg Cabot vibe, although that series, the text, the slang mostly is a bit outdated, whereas this, I mean, it's not written that long ago, whereas this Mediator series was like late 90s, early noughties kind of a deal. This is later noughties. When did it come out? It was like just before 2020. This third one is 2021, so not that long ago. But I feel like the the way the characters speak is gonna age a lot better in this series than the Mediate series. But it's the vibe. It's the ghosty vibe. The characters have a different way of communicating and handling ghosts, and they are vastly different characters. I think I said so Cass is like 12, and what's her name? Suze from Mediator, she's older. I think she starts at like 16 or something. Anyway, besides the point. It's the same kind of vibe though. So it's that badass, girly, fighting ghosties. I love it. It's brilliant. And I was just like getting started with this. I could definitely have done with like a couple of more books, I'm not gonna lie, because it's just a vibe. And the fact that we're visiting different cities in every book, it's a vibe, and I'm here for it. Highly recommend, definitely. It is middle grade, early YA type of thing. Pretty sure I've said this already, but it's that just nice, easy read with some fantasy elements that we crave as a fantasy reader. So I highly recommend. Have a good time. Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you all next time. Have you read this series? Do you want to read the series now? Let's have a chat about it. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.